Shout out to all the VIP members watching this full interview on day one. If you're not a VIP and you waited a full year to watch, hit the join button right next to the subscribe button and become a member for just $2.99 a month. And if you haven't subscribed, you already know what to do. Enjoy the interview. So, all right, now you create the label. You know, I want to kind of pivot into and then talk about the elephant in the room. I was watching DJ Self's interview. I seen Sha EK mention how you, along with Talk of the Town, signed him initially. Right. I don't know if it was a management, production. I'm not sure what that deal was about. I guess you'll fill those blanks in for us. But he basically said, I guess it wasn't a good deal, or he had his discrepancies with you. And later, fast forward a couple of weeks later, he does another interview with Art on Cam Capone, and Noodles, now his manager, his current manager, speaks on how basically FR had a bad deal, or and he even took shots at 4-1 and everything. So speak about how you met Sha EK. Speak about when everything was going well, how y'all met, and how did it end up like this?
Alright, so basically, I was dealing with the Talk of the Town chick, you feel me? Me and her was cool and all that. We had like a little history, like we've been kind of like involved in the drill scene from way back, like Chef and fucking Ace Number 5 and Jay Guapos and like, you feel me? All the way back from then, like, you feel what I'm saying? But we started dealing with each other. She had the Talk of the Town shit or whatever, and we kind of got cool again. And I was like basically helping her with the platform, because I was basically telling her like, yo, listen, everybody is getting signed off of your platform and you ain't really making no money off this shit, but they're like, A&Rs is literally coming to your page and scouting talent. Like, you making, and they getting paid to do that, and you ain't seeing a dollar out of it. So we was more so just I was trying to help her, like, try to figure out how we could like get a bag off of it. Yeah. So at first we started basically doing damn, what is it called?
Freestyles?
Nah, we was, damn, I forgot what the
artist development.
Nah, not artist development. Basically, damn, I forgot what it's called, but basically we wasn't really signing artists, we was just having them come up there and sign the paperwork, as far as like, if they come up here, they get shopped around, like basically. I forgot what it's called. I'm telling you, I can't remember the name right now.
Okay, now you good.
That's what we was having niggas sign at first. Yeah. And then, like, in the midst of us doing that, I was just like, yo, we should just sign an artist, bro. Like, I feel like we could really, like, make somebody go crazy. Like, you feel me? And she was like, nah, I don't really want to sign no artist right now. I got too much going on. There's too much shit. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Let's just sign an artist. I'm going to do everything. You could just focus on doing the show. Yeah. So she was like, all right. We was going through mad different artists. You know, everybody was coming up there getting interviewed and shit. So we was going through mad different artists, and then Sha EK popped up. Yeah. And I was like, yo, is this nigga signed? And she was like, nah, like, I don't think he's signed. And I'm like, yo, maybe we should grab him. She was like, yo, he got mad beef with everybody. Like, so I'm like, that may work. Yeah. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
So you're not, sorry to cut you off, you're not opposed to dealing with signing a artist who's into it with everybody. Got you.
I fuck with the underdogs always and forever. Like, you feel me? That's just my bop. Like, I don't give a, like, if I fuck with you, I don't care who don't fuck with you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons that I kind of was fucking with Sha too. Like, I was like, he the underdog. Nobody fucking with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He don't got no friends. He top out. Nobody want to help him. Nobody want to do music with him. Nobody want to be around him. Like, they don't want to do shit. So I like to prove points too. So I wanted to show that, you feel me? Like, this is a nigga that nobody was fucking with. I could like really get him lit. So that's basically how we pulled up on Sha, whatever, and she basically was explaining everything to him. I was speaking to him too, let him know, like, yo, listen, this is a production deal. Like, even then, like, when they say, oh, he thought it was a management deal, and like, one thing about me, like, I explain to the best of my ability. You feel what I'm saying? me and Nicole, we both was kind of new to that shit, and we paid $1,000 for that fucking paperwork. Like, you feel me? And we barely knew what the fuck was on there. We just knew that shit was a 50-50 split. Like,
okay, a thousand a piece, or 500, 500?
500.
Gotcha.
We paid for the paperwork, and that was all we could afford at the time.
Okay.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we got the paperwork done or whatever, and Sha wound up signing the paperwork or whatever. He was with it. We explained to him like, yo, this is a production deal. We gonna handle all your production, all your videos, all your studio.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Production deal. Explain for the people that might not know what it is. What are y'all responsible for when it's just a production?
We're responsible for all production.
Okay, music, videos.
Marketing is not really included in it, but like if you are real right and you really want your artist to go, like you're gonna do everything. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I never really went off paperwork when it came to my artists too, because it's like, nigga, I'm trying to go, like, we trying to go up. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The paperwork is just to make sure nobody else come in and try to fuck us over. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But for us, like, nigga, we getting it out the mud. Nobody got no money right now. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what a production deal is. We handle all your production.
Okay. He felt as if like y'all was kind of keeping him on the hush. Like, basically, Kobe would be going out working with K Flock, and she's making that public. But for him, it's kind of like he seems like he's being left in the dust. And in his words, he said, "I see everybody going up," and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? So, explain that.
The thing with Sha, he was the most difficult artist I ever fucking had. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because he's just mad rebellious on shit. So every time we had tried to get him to do certain shit, he didn't want to do it. Like, it was like pulling teeth to get him to do like mad shit. Like simple shit. Like being at the studio all the time, coming to do a fucking interview. It's like having a kid too. We gotta pick him up, then a nigga got beef. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too many places you could bring him. Shit, you damn near can't bring him nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? And then nobody really want to deal with him like that. So it was just, and then he be mad about, like, I feel like at that time, Sha was just like, he was fucked up in his mind because a lot, like, to be honest, Sha really got a lot of them niggas in the Bronx lit. He was really one of the first ones to really, like, be doing numbers out there. So he started really seeing that everybody that he kind of put on was going up. And he still was kind of like at a standstill. So like we was just trying to explain to him like, yo, like you gotta be patient. Like we working, we shooting videos. Like, you feel me? We was working, we was doing shit, but I guess we just wasn't moving fast enough at his pace. Especially when you watching niggas fucking get deals and do. You feel like the little shit that you doing is like it ain't really nothing.
When did y'all sign him? Like,
we signed Sha like last year, I think 2021. I think it was like June or July.
Cause I remember watching him do his thing, but then there was a point where it was kind of quiet. I don't know if that was before y'all stepped in, after y'all stepped in. I felt like things kind of got quiet, and then boom, it was just like a revamp or whatever. I don't know.
So basically, what happened was, for me, let me comment on keeping him a secret too.
Okay.
I didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She wanted to keep him a secret because she had the Talk with Town shit going on, and she felt like motherfuckers wouldn't want to come and get interviewed to deal with her if they knew that she was dealing with Sha. I didn't give a fuck who knew I was dealing with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, this is my artist. And I kind of lost, like, a lot of, like, relationships due to that, too, because I feel like a lot of people felt like, oh, he fucking with this nigga, so he a op.
So that really happened even with you? Like, because I could see if artists go through that, but the business on the back end, businessmen deal with that as well.
Yes, bro.
Crazy.
Niggas ain't want to like deal with me. Like certain people that I was dealing with, I wouldn't get certain invitations no more. Like it was like little shit that people was doing because they just like they ain't fuck with him type shit. And me personally, I'm like, nigga, I'm grown. I don't got nothing to do with none of that little kid shit. Like, this is my artist. Like, you feel me? Like, whatever. And most of the time when I was talking to Sha, I was telling him like, nigga, leave that shit alone. Like, that shit is for the lames, bro. We trying to go up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just leave it in the music shit at least. Like, so.
Got you. Okay. So.
But, speaking on him at the standby, so.
Yeah.
What happened with that was, this nigga, he had the D&D record, right?
D&D record.
We working, feel me? We shoot the D&D record, whatever. Me and Sha always used to kind of get into it. Nothing crazy, but we'll always kind of get into it because I don't know. I'm just a real transparent person. Like, I'm going to just keep it real. If I'm not feeling something, I'm not feeling something. I'm just not here to play. Like, we coming here to do music, let's do that. Mm-hmm. So, Nicole would baby him a lot, though. Like, she was more so his to go to and deal with a lot of his bullshit. I wasn't with none of that dumb shit. Like, you feel me? So, he leaned towards her more than me. You feel what I'm saying? So, at the time, I kind of got over the whole situation. I'm just like, yo, bro, listen, this shit too difficult. Like, I don't got time to keep going back and forth with this nigga. Like, listen, I'm going to just pay for the shit. Nicole, you just deal with him. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, we kind of got at that space now. So, she running around with him. She always called my phone, crying, complaining. They had an argument. He disrespected her. He violated her. The friends violated her. They told her suck dicks. Fact, there's all types of just wild shit. Like, they wilding her up. Like, you feel me? So, now I'm keeping my distance, but I'm still making sure shit is getting done. Okay. So now we do the D&D record like 3 months later. The shit wound up going crazy. Now, in the midst of the shit going crazy, 3 months later, we ain't really talking like that. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I guess he just on some shit now. Like, nigga, like, fuck, like, I'm doing what I'm doing. So, now me and Nicole, we kept, like, peeping, like, little shit come through, like, little contracts coming through. Like, she was on his gram or shit like that. So, she was peeping, like, contracts and, like, people sending him shit or whatever. So, she'll be telling me about it. Like, yo, we got a contract coming from Trench Kid or whatever. So, I'm like, what, TJ? So, she like, yeah. So, I'm like, okay, so we never said nothing about the situation, though. You feel what I'm saying? He's like,
hindsight, do you feel like you wish you did speak on it? Okay. Why didn't y'all speak on it?
Because I felt like I wanted to see if he was going to really tell us, like, you feel what I'm saying? If he was going to be real.
You want to see his loyalty or his honor?
I wanted to see if he was going, like, his loyalty and shit. So,
gotcha.
I'm like, all right, so we just going to wait it out and see what's going on. We reaching out to him and we like, yo, bro, like, what's going on? Like, what we doing? Now he's just mad standoffish with her and me, like, you feel what I'm saying? He just, so finally he comes out and he on some shit like, yo, listen, I'm about to just go fuck with Trench K, Lil TJ and them. So I'm like, word? I'm like, oh, I copy, like, go ahead, like, do your thing, but they gotta buy you out this deal though. Okay. Like, you feel what I'm saying? My whole thing is like, I'm not with the grease bullshit. Like, me and her helped that nigga get a viral joint. You feel what I'm talking about?
Which is D&D.
Which is D&D.
Gotcha.
I paid for that shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, why would you even want to go and just try to just run off and go get a check and we ain't good? Like, you don't want to make sure that we eat, we don't get nothing? Like, fuck y'all niggas. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we ain't never really had no bad blood or never, like, get into no crazy shit or ever violate Sha in no type of way. Me or her. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. We handled him correctly. As far as the paperwork, he keeps saying the paperwork wasn't nothing wrong with the paperwork. It was a 50-50 split. And it probably was little shit in there that probably was unfair, but that was the only paperwork that we could afford at the time. We didn't even fucking know all the shit that was in the paperwork. And when it was time to go do a deal or something, like anything for us to transfer all that paperwork, we would have did it fairly. Like, at least me speaking on my behalf. Like, I'm not about to sit here and we get to a label, and the label like, oh, damn, the paperwork say this, that ain't even fuck about to take all that. Yeah. I'm going to be like, oh, nah, like, let's get it, let's do it right. Let's do it correctly then. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to grease nobody. Yeah. So.
Niggas don't be team players, bro. Basically. I never looked at my contract, I never second guessed about my contract and look at me now, bro. Yeah. I had no second guesses about nothing. I never, for me, felt nothing slimy about the guys, the big bros. Without these niggas, I wouldn't be here, bro. Gangsta niggas just gonna be team players for real, bro.
What made you fully trust FR?
Just the vibe, bro. Like, for me, even like, nigga, even if I was to stop rapping right now, like, for me, it should still be my big brother, for me.
Gotcha.
It's that type of vibe, this shit, bro. Okay. Shit genuine, bro.
And Tata was the first artist.
Yeah, now I remember, I don't know if you remember me, I remember
even
like
before Sha EK.
Yeah, I remember a year ago when I had interviewed Boona. You was there. Yeah, I remember that from back then. Word.
That's a fact.
So yeah, so D&D happens, he goes off.
D&D happened, he started trying to move Slime, like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, at the end of the day, like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But they got to buy you out the contract. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Them niggas start trying to offer me $10,000. The disrespect, bro. He trying to go through a $500,000 deal, which is still disrespectful to him. You feel what I'm saying? He trying to do a $500,000 deal, and they trying to offer me $10,000.
Question. Now is that 10,000 for you, 10,000 for Kobe, or 10-10? I mean,
yeah, exactly how you said it. 10-10.
Okay, gotcha.
10-10. I get 10, she gets 10.
All right.
So it's $20,000.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is now, I guess, because come to find out, I don't even think little TJ was ever even like really that much involved in it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I guess he kind of just put Noodles onto the situation. That's his manager or whatever. So now Noodles come and Noodles calling my phone and he like, yo, we got $10,000 for you. If you could just sign him out the contract, let us buy it. And I'm like, what, nigga, why the fuck would I let him out the contract for $10,000? We did all the work. What the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck, y'all about to come into the situation is lit. The record is viral. Labels is hollering. We done argued with this nigga. We done went back and forth, paid for videos, did this, did that, done lost all types of peace and sanity even dealing with the motherfucker. Yeah. And you think we about to just give him up for 10 bands, bro? And they offering us fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, that don't make sense. Just for y'all to come, and it's just for Noodles to come in the situation, and he take him, like, what he wanted me to do was let him out the contract so he can sign Sha, and then they could go to a major label and then do a big deal, and then he could get a big split of the money. And he didn't do shit. All he did was just come in and say, yo, you got a viral record. Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm not with it. You feel what I'm saying? And then I kept trying to explain to Sha too, like, yo, bro, listen, it don't matter who you go in a label with. It don't matter if you go in there with me, fucking Tata, Noodles. Your money gonna be the same. Like, you feel me? Your money ain't gonna change. You're gonna get the same amount with whoever you walk in there with. Yeah. It's just whoever you walk in there with, they gonna get paid too. Why the fuck wouldn't you want me and Nicole to be the ones that walk in there with you and get our check? Nigga, we the ones that work the whole situation.
Yeah, why didn't he want that? Was it because he was just as through with y'all as y'all was with him? To be fair. Okay.
Maybe he was just as through with us. Maybe he's just a selfish, disloyal greaseball. Fuck. One of them, I don't know what it was, bro, but I couldn't really put my finger on that. And I'm just like, alright, whatever it is.
Either way, he chose.
Yeah, and I just wasn't with it. So that's when me and Nicole got into the fallout now, because she was thirsty. I guess she ain't never really had nothing in her motherfucking life. She heard $10,000. She like, oh shit, nah, I need that. I want the $10,000, and I'm like, yo, bro, chill. Like, what the fuck? They about to do a $500,000 deal. Relax. She's like, oh, we didn't even spend that much money on him. Let's just let him go for that. I'm like, bro, you talking about we didn't spend that much money on him? They didn't spend $1 on him.
Can I ask how much y'all did spend on him? Or is that too personal?
Honestly, I don't know. I never even kept tabs on it like that.
Roughly 3, 5, 6.
You're not gonna worry about the bread for me. That's how you know niggas is real niggas.
Yeah, like
how much we spent on them.
I never like even with all my new artists, bro. I can't fucking tell you how much money I spend, nigga. I just be doing shit because we just working, like, you feel me? But it wasn't that much. Like, we didn't go super duper crazy. It wasn't $100,000, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we did play a part in getting him that bread.
Yeah, so yeah. The reason I asked that is because you say Kobe said we didn't spend that much. So for her willing to accept the 10, I'm like, all right, maybe they just spent probably like around maybe 3, 4.
She was just hungry.
Gotcha.
She was just hungry, and she just wanted to get paid, I guess. And I just wasn't with it, bro. Yeah. Like, and she said I'm money hungry, and I'm like, bro, what the? If I was money hungry, I would have took the 10 fucking bands right then and there. Like, you feel me? I'm thugging it out. And at the time, I still got other artists, and I'm still investing. I don't got no bread like that. You feel me? Like, I'm literally working a 9 to 5, paying for all this shit, and I'm still thugging it out. Like, you feel me? Working, not accepting no fucking crumbs. Like, I know my worth. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I didn't take the bread. She was mad that I wasn't taking the bread, and I guess they started sending threats to her and shit. Bitch, we gonna fuck you up. We gonna kill you. We know where the studio at. We gonna boom you out. All this wild shit. So now she gets scared. Now she's calling my phone. Oh, they threatening me. Noodles hit my phone. He's, oh, yo, niggas, I'm telling you, don't want. And I'm like, bro, if only y'all niggas really knew. Back to me being an artist. Yeah. Me and the niggas that I was signed to ran the industry. Respectfully. All the rappers who came to New York, anybody who checked with all the New York niggas, they tapped in with Robo, like, muscle, strong. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how we was even able to really move like that. Like, that's why they was able to We on the radio. I never had a hit record, nigga. I'm on 105.1. Nigga, go back and look me up.
Yeah.
I'm on 105 interviews, nigga. We with Nicki. We with top niggas. The muscle, like, you feel what I'm saying? We thugged our way and muscled our way to do all that.
Yeah.
So when Noodles is telling me about that shit, I'm just like, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't even think you understand who you talking to. Y'all niggas ain't about to scare me into signing a nigga over. No, take it in blood. The fuck?
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, so I guess they was mad because I wasn't folding. And she started siding with, like, I guess she was so scared, she started siding with them now. And I'm just like, bro, you stupid. Like, go ahead, you take your little cent, whatever they gonna give you, go ahead, do your thing. I'm good off that.
Gotcha.
And I stood strong.
And eventually,
I got my fucking bread, as they should, and they
gotcha.
mad.
What when I know you say last question on this topic, so I ain't gonna stay on it too long. You say we didn't know too much about the contract, so we gave him what we knew, and then Noodle says it wasn't a good contract. Now looking back, do you feel like he has a reason to say that wasn't a good contract? Like, it was probably
a couple things in there that probably wasn't right, because that was like one of the same contracts that I had gave all my other artists too.
Yeah.
But eventually when I got a little more educated and we learned more, we fixed all that up without them even having to say anything to me or none of that. Like, sat down, spoke to a lawyer. He was like, yo, like, you know, a lot of this shit is kind of unfair on the artist side. And I said, well, fix it. Make it fair. Like, you feel what I'm saying? He fixed the contract and we all re-signed the shit over. So to make sure everybody's Gucci.
Gotcha.
That's how I play. Like, I'm not in it to grease nobody, bro. Like, I ain't get this far by greasing niggas.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I never had to grease niggas. I never had to be one of them niggas, like, to step on niggas just to get ahead. Like, nah, I get my blessings because I do good by people.